Amazon hose thing actually works pretty good, even on the 12-volt pump. But then hot water bypass for when I forget where I put it. I think maybe at times when if we encounter some cold weather, I might want to get some heat under the beds.
Hello friends, and welcome to our channel. We're Marianne and Gord, two hopeless adventurers from Northern Ontario. We invite you to come along with us as we renovate our 1984 Ford E350 motorhome, the Diesel Duchess, and then hit the road with no destination in mind, just following the sun and the warmer weather and exploring all the nooks and crannies along the way. Are you ready? The time is now.
And then this used to be an outside, well it still is, access door from the outside. This was really the only outside storage compartment there was, which was really small. It was actually boxed in the size of the door you can see there, and I cut off the top and the two sides. I left this one to protect the hot water tank, but now I'll be able to access this whole under the bed area from outside, so I can get some longer things in there, a little bit more storage from outside. So that needs a little bit more work yet, but that's where that one's going. Today's project, or one of today's projects, outside water tap, I guess, shower, wash thing, whatever, hot and cold, just a little cheapy thing from Amazon. And I hacked out a hole here in the back of the RV. Seemed like a good spot. It's in the access area under the bed, which this storage compartment that I'm making bigger is going to go into now. So I'll be able to just hacked out some of the back there and use some of the that sticky gooey tape there and screwed that on there. It was actually solid wood around here, like there was mostly plywood and then a frame member, so I didn't have to add any wood to screw into, just had to cut a bit out. Yeah, so this little setup comes with a springy hose and some kind of a quick connect of some sort, quarter turn. Other than that, you got to screw it on like a regular garden hose. Hopefully it all works and doesn't leak. And then we got hot and cold water on the outside. Can rinse off or wash the mountain bikes or whatever. Figured since I'm in there, might as well do that. Close this up nice. Yeah, so here's the inside of the outside tap. So I put it in the back corner here, so I can access that from that storage box on the outside. I'll probably put a little, once it's all plumbed up, maybe a piece of plywood in front of it so it doesn't get banged when I'm taking things in and out. I don't want to bust off a fitting off of that or something. But I got to cut into this PAX line, which is 3/8 line. Really not much availability for fittings and stuff for 3/8, so I did manage to find some 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapters for PAX, so I think I'm going to convert this to 1/2 inch here. This actually set of lines here runs over to the hot water tank, which was under the bed here also. This hot water tank has no bypass on it, so when you winterize this system, you basically have to fill the tank with antifreeze, which is kind of wasteful and painful, kind of, in a way. So I think while I'm doing that, I'm going to put a bypass on the hot water tank also. Then it'll be easier to winterize next time since I'm under here, and then the bed can go back in place and I can build whatever I'm going to do for a storage divider under here. So we'll have storage that we can access from under the bed on this side at the back. That'll come all the way into the bathroom wall here. So I'll have a nice deep storage in here because I only had that little wee box before. And then I think I'm going to come off of this side of what was the storage box side, or still is, I guess. I'll continue that across probably. The only thing I have to deal with is this one floor duct for the heater here. I might have to box that in or something. I may want to put a little bit of heat underneath there also, because I do have water lines, and who knows how cold the weather we might encounter in some places, but a little heat under there wouldn't hurt. And yeah, and then this front part here, the bed kind of angles across. I'm probably going to, that'll be divided off from the back, and then the front part, I'll have a little access door here so we can stick a few things under the bed from inside the RV and access those bypass valves for the hot water tank. Okay, plumbing for the outside tap is done. We adapted the 3/8 PEX to the 1/2-inch PEX. They use like these Oettinger clamps, so use some of those, and then the rest is just regular PEX. I put valves on that one, so then we can, if we have an issue with the outside one, we can shut it off. And hot water bypass for when I forget where I put it. So I got valves up here going to that water tank, so I can turn off the tank and bypass the plumbing with this H valve here. So when I put in antifreeze in the winter time, I can circulate it through that and just drain the tank. I won't have to run it into the tank. And next step to make this storage compartment from outside here, I'm looking in from the outside. This wiring, this is the wiring for the rear lights. It comes down the chassis and up through the floor, then it connects to these wires and goes back into the wall. Not sure why they do it that way, but that's kind of going to get damaged probably when I'm throwing stuff in and out of storage. The funny part is, even though those wires are right there, somebody added trailer hitch wiring, and they actually hooked it into the tail lights on each side and ran it down to the trailer harness instead of just, I guess they didn't see the wires under the bed and they could have just hooked it there and out to the harness. But so I'm going to remove all these and pull this out from the floor down underneath the chassis. I have a trailer wiring junction box, so I'll mount that down there, and I guess I'll probably drill a hole for this one here and run it down into the junction box there, and then I can rewire the trailer wires up to there. And I'll probably put a brake controller on too, hoping I see there's a couple big wires there. Hopefully I can find those in the front and set up some trailer brakes. So the plumbing got all finished up today, and tested the water system with the 12-volt pump, and then once that was done, tested the system with water from the garage. I got it hooked up on the hose right now, so running about 60 psi there, and everything seems good. Just fired up the hot water tank. We'll see, should have hot water now. This cheapy little Amazon hose thing actually works pretty good, even on the 12-volt pump. It's got different settings on this thing. It's a plasticky thing, but sprays good. Should wash things off well. A little bit of air still in the hot water tank, but water test is a success. On to trailer light, or tail light and trailer light wiring. So I pulled this light out, eliminated that wire that went down. I still got to plug the hole from that. I'll have to do this side next. But I have these little LED lights here that it's kind of a bummer that they have this little thing sticking up out of the bottom. So it kind of eliminated a lot of options for where I could mount it. I wanted them up high up here to be a little better seen, but I have to drill a hole in. There's a board there, which would make it a challenge, and then I got to run the wires all the way down to here, which would be pretty challenging. So I decided here I was able to drill through the wood there and run the wire in and get a little more light going anyway. I pulled those trailer wire or tail light wire lights down from in the compartment and pulled them into a junction box there. So the main wire comes from the front, into the junction box. Then the wires that run up into the wall to the tail lights connect in there. Then I need to get some proper wire to run from that trailer plug and wire that up to the box too. And that's next once I get a little bit of that wire. Down here under the back of the RV again, just finishing up this junction box where we have the wires coming in from the front of the RV for all the tail lights, and then I added this wire for the brake light, or for the brake controller to operate trailer brakes, because we never had that before. And then these are the wires going up to the tail lights, and then I replaced the shoddy wires for the trailer brake plug. I don't know if you can see that very well. But yeah, it had some, you know, shoddy wiring that ran up the outside of the RV and into the tail light lenses themselves to hook up. So I added this proper piece of trailer wire that have for the 7-pin connectors, and I just have to put another. I got a couple monster zip ties here. We'll tie those up to the bumper, and then that's it for trailer wiring. And then it's onto the trailer, replacing the wiring on that because it's kind of shoddy too. Okay, bed framing is back in place and probably beefed up a little bit. I built this divider out of just some leftover wood. So we've got the storage area that's accessible from outside that goes all the way to the bathroom wall now. And then this is divided off. The only deal or issue I had to deal with was the heating duct came up through the floor there. I think maybe at times when if we encounter some cold weather, I might want to get some heat under the bed. So I put a grating there, and then the register that was on the floor, I moved it up to this box I built around that area, and so if we close that register, it should force air under the bed a little more, but then when the register's open, it'll blow our heat this way, which is better than it blowing under the bed, because we're not really into that warm of a sleeping area. So hopefully that works out good. Now I just got to put the plywood back on the bed, and we're back in action back here. Oh, we got the 12-volt wiring is coming across, so we can get 2 lights. Little recessed lights in the back here over top of the head of the bed. We and Marianne made a nice headboard for the bed here. There used to be a window with a curtain there, which wasn't necessary, so the window's still there. We actually just spray painted it black and put that board over top as a headboard. We'll keep the side window, some nice ventilation there with the screen, and I've roughed in an outlet over here. Our TV's gonna mount there on a arm. We can swing it around and watch it from the dinette or from the bed. Bed panels are back in, and we got this fancy pink stuff. We never had anything under our mattress before, but that should add a little bit of ventilation. It's not those fancy springy things that everybody uses, but it's what we got. Next thing is TV. I put an outlet here originally, planning to mount the TV at the foot of our bed. I went and got a TV yesterday, a 24-inch, which measures about 22 inches wide. So we got 24 plus a bit in there. So if I can get my TV mount right, we can have it so when it's folded in, it can go against this wall. I'd like to have it though, I have this little mount here, arm mount. I'd like to have it so we can pull the TV out and aim it towards the front of the RV so we can watch it from the table, and then it can fold back in. The only thing is, to be able to come out 24 inches, I'm going to have to mount it out towards the edge. I think it's even a little bit shy then because the arms are short. And really to fold it in and have it centered, I need it about here. So the solution for that is going to be a longer, the first arm here that's attached to the wall mount. And so I'll be able to get more swing out and more swing in. So I just got to determine how much longer this arm has to be. And then we'll do a little bit of cutting and welding, I guess. So I don't have any perfect metal to extend this. I don't have much for lightweight or light wall stuff, but this rectangle tubing will probably do the trick. I think I need to extend it about 4 inches. So I'm gonna do an 8-inch piece here. So I'll give me 2-inch overlap on each end. I'm gonna cut it in half with the grinder, and then I'll have a 4-inch extension for each of these tubes, and we'll get that welded on there. Okay, I got the TV mount extended 4 inches. Not ideal for putting it away. This is the geometry of the mount. It wasn't really possible to make it perfect, that it would go tight against the wall, and that mount really doesn't go really that tight against the wall even when it's all folded up. So it kind of goes diagonally in the corner there. Pretty decent. It's pretty solid too. I don't think it'll swing around too much. I don't know. Maybe we'll need to put a strap across it or something. We'll see how that goes. And plugs into that outlet I put in right there. And I still gotta strap up the wire there to the arm, I guess. And then this thing just comes right around. We can watch it in bed from the way it was, or bring it right around like that, and then we can watch her from the dinette.
It's pretty simple. We put a new 12-inch Zenith Green Tea memory foam cooling mattress in here. Originally, we only had a little bit of exterior storage. So we opened that all up, reconfigured underneath the bed. So now we have lots of exterior storage under the bed, and also room for a large bin just here underneath the bed that holds our pots, our toaster, bigger things like that. The back wall, it used to have a window, but we covered over the window on the outside. Actually, we painted it black, and then I got a piece of plywood, padded it and covered it, and created a covered headboard for us. In this corner, we have our TV. So we're able to watch it from bed, but we're also able to take it, swing it around, and watch it from our dinette.
Friday night, and well, it's Saturday now. Or Saturday morning, 1 or 2 in the morning, and
the time is now. It's now.
And you didn't make her to Vegas.
Well, just like that GS, that deal up on Vancouver Island on that bike, all them parts. You can't always get what you want. And it's not over. We're still going.